Brandon Aiyuk. Everyone always wrings their hands about Deebo Samuel's injuries because he breaks bones, he pulls hamstrings. No one really talks about Aiyuk, but Aiyuk has the same issue. And his injuries are always non-contact. I mean, he pulled his hamstring in camp last year. Now he's – what do you do? Hold on. What do you do? What do you do? Groin. Now I got a groin. Coming out of college, he had a core muscle surgery like Nick Bosa. Here's some – I got to say, now that I think about it, Brandon Aiyuk is a lot like Nick Bosa. They're both super muscled up. They're both the hardest working dudes in the I would bet you the hardest working weightlifters on the team, I mean, other than the linemen, are like Kittle, Bosa, and Aiyuk. Those guys, crazy. The path that Aiyuk took from JUCO to ASU, he didn't make it on natural talent. He wasn't a 5-star recruit. He's been working his ass off in the gym, and you can see that he's yoked. He's big. I'm sure he's put on all the muscle he can possibly pack onto his frame. And then some, I'm sure. And I describe athletes like him and Bosa as race cars in the red. That's what Vincent Vega said in Pulp Fiction. I'm a race car in the red. It's like, yeah, man, you're going 250 miles an hour. You're very impressive. But look at your RPMs, man. You're going like 7,000 a minute. Something's gonna break. There's very little margin for error here. So you're starting to, and of course, it's not a big deal. It's just a groin strain. He's going to be fine, but they add up. Is it always going to be a little strain, a little tweak, a little thing, a little that? That's no good. You need to like actually play and not get hurt. I mean, Jerry Rice wasn't constantly tweaking things and missing games, and maybe you don't need to be that muscled up, Nick Bosa, Brandon Aiyuk. Maybe you can lose 5 pounds. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe that's not the issue with Aiyuk. I do think that's the issue with Bosa. Bosa is way more yoked than Joey. Joey looks normal. Joey looks slender. Nick Bosa looks like the strongest person I've ever seen in my life. The strongest person I've ever seen in my life. Like he would win every Mr. Universe competition of all time ever. Do you need that? Can't you lose 5 pounds? Or put on a little chunk? You know what I'm saying? Just take the RPMs down into the 4s. That's all I'm saying, man. You don't want these things to keep breaking. So Aiyuk, mild groin strain. He'll be back. But the question is, how often is this going to keep going on, Brandon? This part of becoming a pro is learning how to stay on the field. Because you know who doesn't have a mild groin strain right now? You know who doesn't have a mild hamstring right now? A mild anything? Ross Dwelly. Ross freaking Dwelly. He's healthy. He's playing. I don't know. You know who else doesn't? Let me give credit to people who are out there and healthy. Mike McGlinchey. Every rep. Every day. Right tackle. Playing. Healthy. Good for you, Mike. Jimmy Ward. Fred Warner. Dre Greenlaw. Who else? Kittle today. Verrett. Mosley. Kinlaw. Ebukam. Every day. Not hurt. Going through it. Probably not a lot of fun. These are millionaires practicing. Not game. Practice in June. So, Aiyuk, dude. Bosa. Race cars in the red.